you're faced with a choice: endure another sweltering day, or crank up the air conditioning and watch your hard-earned money disappear. It feels like a losing battle, doesn't it? Many folks just accept that heat means high energy-hungry machines. I've watched people try every gadget and quick fix, only to find themselves just as hot and a lot poorer. What I've learned, through years of practical experience and seeing what truly lasts, is that the real secret isn't a single solution. Companies trying to sell us more equipment. They want us to believe that without their latest technology, we're doomed to suffer. But that's just not true. The truth is, many of the most effective ways to keep a home cool were known long before air conditioning became common, and they still were fancy installations. Today, I'm going to walk you through 9 practical, easy-to-implement strategies that will help you beat the heat, often for very little money, and sometimes for no money at all. By the end of this video, you'll know exactly how to transform your home into a cool, comfortable refuge, even on the hottest days, and you'll feel confident knowing you're saving money and energy. If you want a deeper dive into these strategies and even more step-by-step guidance than I can cover in this video, I've put together a comprehensive ebook. You can get it right now by opening your phone's camera app and scanning the QR code that's on the left side of your screen. That QR code will open up the guide instantly. Once you've scanned it, you'll notice a small copy of that same QR code will stay pinned in the top right corner of your screen for the rest of the video. So you can always open your camera app and scan it later if you decide you want to explore the full breakdown of these methods. Our first strategy, and arguably the most fundamental, natural rhythm of the day and night. It sounds simple, but it's amazing how many folks get this backwards. The basic principle is this: when the outside air is cooler than the inside air, you want your windows open. When the outside air is hotter, you want them closed. This usually sets and the temperature drops. Let that cool night air flow through your home, flushing out all the heat that built up during the day. Create a cross breeze by opening windows on opposite sides of the house, fully about an hour or two after sunset, and keep them open all night. Then, here's the crucial part. As soon as the sun comes up, or even before it gets too warm, you need to close those windows and draw your curtains. I usually aim to close everything up by 7 or 8 a.m., depending on how quickly the day heats up. The goal is to trap that cool night air inside your home for as long as possible. If you leave your windows open all day, you're just inviting hot air in. Dramatic difference, especially if you live in a place with cooler nights. It's the careful old way of letting your home breathe when it makes sense, and sealing it up when it doesn't. Next up, we have blocking direct sunlight. This is about stopping heat before it even enters your home. Think of your windows as giant heat collectors. A significant amount of heat comes into your house directly through sun-drenched windows. The simplest fix here is to use curtains, blinds, or shades. Heavy, light colors are incredibly effective. They reflect sunlight away and create an insulating barrier. The key is to close them on any window that gets direct sun exposure during the hottest parts of the day. If you have south-facing or west-facing windows, these are your priority. I've seen folks hang old quilts or even heavy blankets on windows that get blasted by the afternoon sun, and it works remarkably well. It might not be the prettiest solution, but it's certainly effective. For a more permanent solution, consider exterior awnings or planting deciduous trees that provide shade in the summer. Even a simple roll-up shade on the outside of a window can block a lot of heat. This isn't just about privacy. It's about creating a thermal shield. A good set of blackout curtains might cost you a little up front, perhaps $20 to $50 per window, but they pay for themselves quickly in energy savings. Don't forget skylights either. They can be huge heat sources. Our third strategy focuses on optimizing airflow and ventilation with fans. Many people think fans just blow hot air around, and that's partly true if used incorrectly. The secret is to use them strategically to create airflow and push hot air out. Ceiling fans should ideally rotate counterclockwise in the summer to push air down, creating a cooling breeze. Make sure they're not just running in empty rooms. For effective whole-house cooling, consider using a box fan placed in a window. If you have a particularly hot room, place a fan in a window facing out to push hot air outside. Then, open a window on the opposite side of the house or in a cooler room to draw in cooler air. This creates a powerful cross-ventilation effect. Whole house fans, if you have one, are fantastic for quickly flushing out hot air in the evening. They pull air in through open windows and exhaust it through the attic. If you're running a whole house fan, make sure your attic vents are clear and sufficient, or you'll just be pressurizing your attic. Even a small exhaust fan in the kitchen or bathroom can help pull hot, humid air out of specific areas, especially after cooking or showering. The goal is active air movement, not just stagnant air. A good box fan can be found for $20, $30, and a ceiling fan installation might run a bit more, but the comfort and energy savings are substantial. If you're looking to go even deeper into the practical steps for setting up these airflow patterns and understanding which types of fans work best for different home layouts, our full guide details the science behind creating optimal cross-ventilation and strategic fan placement. You can get it by opening your phone's camera app and scanning the QR code that's still up in the top right corner of your screen. It's a great way to ensure you're getting the most out of every breeze. Method number 4 is all about reducing internal heat sources. This is one folks often overlook. Our homes are full of appliances and devices that generate heat, often without us realizing it. The oven, the stove, the dishwasher, the dryer, even light bulbs and electronics. They all contribute to the internal heat load. During hot weather, try to avoid using the oven or stove during the hottest parts of the day. Opt for grilling outdoors, using a microwave, or preparing cold meals. Run your dishwasher and clothes dryer in the evening or early morning when temperatures are lower. If you have older incandescent light bulbs, swap them out for LED bulbs. LEDs produce significantly less heat and use less electricity. Unplug electronics when not in use. Even in standby mode, they generate a small amount of heat and draw power. Your computer, television, and phone chargers are all culprits. This is about making conscious choices about when and how you use energy-consuming items. It doesn't cost anything to shift your cooking schedule or unplug a charger, but these small habits add up to a noticeable difference in your home's overall temperature. It's a reminder that sometimes the easiest fixes are simply about adjusting our daily routines. Our 5th strategy focuses on hydration and personal cooling. While we're trying to keep the house cool, we also need to keep ourselves cool. This is about regulating your body temperature. The simplest thing is to stay well hydrated. Drink plenty of water throughout the day, even if you don't feel particularly thirsty. Avoid sugary drinks and excessive caffeine, which can dehydrate you. For immediate relief, a cool washcloth on your pulse points, your wrists, neck, or temples, can work wonders. A cool foot bath before bed can also significantly lower your core body temperature and help you sleep better. Wear loose-fitting, light-colored clothing made from natural, breathable fabrics like cotton or linen. These materials allow air to circulate and sweat to evaporate, which is your body's natural cooling mechanism. Some folks even keep a spray bottle filled with water in the fridge for a quick, refreshing mist. Another old trick is to put a slightly damp sheet or towel in front of a fan. As the water evaporates, it creates a subtle cooling effect in the air. These personal strategies are completely free and offer immediate comfort, allowing you to feel cooler even if the ambient air temperature hasn't dropped dramatically. Number 6 is exterior shading and landscaping. This is a longer-term strategy, but incredibly effective. Trees, shrubs, and vines planted strategically around your home can provide significant shade and reduce the amount of direct sunlight hitting your walls and roof. Deciduous trees, as I mentioned earlier, are ideal because they provide shade in the summer and allow sunlight through in the winter. If planting a tree isn't feasible or you need a quicker solution, consider temporary shade structures. Consider pergolas, trellises with climbing plants, or even shade sails. A shade sail over a patio or a particularly sunny window can block a lot of heat. This is especially useful for those large windows that get hammered by the afternoon sun. Even a simple, inexpensive tarp or shade cloth, properly secured, can make a difference. The goal is to create a barrier between the sun's rays and your home's exterior surfaces. A well-shaded home can be noticeably cooler than one exposed to full sun. While planting trees takes time, the return on investment in comfort and energy savings is substantial. Even a small shrub can make a difference near a window. For those who want to understand the best types of plants for natural shade or how to design and position temporary shade structures for maximum cooling effect, our comprehensive guide provides detailed landscaping tips and design principles. It's all available by opening your phone's camera app and scanning the QR code that's still pinned in the top right corner of your screen. It will help you plan out your exterior cooling solutions with confidence. Our seventh method involves insulation and sealing air leaks. This is the foundation of energy efficiency, both for heating and cooling. Just as good insulation keeps heat in during the winter, it keeps heat out during the summer. Check your attic insulation. It should be robust and evenly distributed. Adding more insulation to your attic is often one of the most cost-effective home improvements you can make. Beyond insulation, look for air leaks around windows, doors, and electrical outlets. These small gaps might not seem like much, but they allow cool air to escape and hot air to seep in. Weather stripping around doors and windows and caulking any cracks or gaps are simple, inexpensive fixes that can make a huge difference. You can often find a draft by holding a lit incense stick near edges and watching where the smoke wavers. A tube of caulk might cost you $5, and a roll of weather stripping another $10, $20. But the savings on your energy bill can be significant over a season. This is about creating a tight, efficient envelope for your home. It's the behind-the-scenes work that quietly makes all the other strategies more effective. I've watched folks spend money on fancy cooling gadgets when their home was leaking cool air like a sieve, and it's always a wasted effort. Method number 8 is about reflective barriers, particularly for your roof and attic. The roof is often the most exposed part of your home to direct sunlight and can absorb an enormous amount of heat, which then radiates down into your living spaces. One effective solution is a radiant barrier in your attic. This is essentially a reflective material, often aluminum foil, installed in the attic to reflect radiant heat away from your home. It doesn't insulate in the traditional sense, but it stops heat transfer. This can be a DIY project for many folks, involving rolling out a reflective foil over the attic floor or stapling it to the underside of the roof rafters. It might cost a few $100s for materials, but it can significantly reduce attic temperatures. Another option, especially for flat roofs or sheds, is to use reflective roof coatings or light-colored roofing materials. A white or light-colored roof reflects more sunlight than a dark roof, absorbing less heat. While repainting a roof is a bigger project, it's worth considering if your roof is due for maintenance. Even ensuring your attic has proper ventilation, with soffit and ridge vents working together, can help hot air escape before it builds up and radiates downwards. This is about attacking the heat at its highest point of entry. Finally, our 9th strategy is smart water use, leveraging evaporative cooling principles. No, I'm not suggesting you turn your home into a swamp cooler, but you can use water in simple ways. Evaporation is a cooling process. One easy trick is to hang damp sheets or towels near open windows or in front of a fan. As the water evaporates, it pulls heat from the air, creating a slightly cooler environment. This is an old-fashioned method that works best in drier climates, but even in more humid areas, it can offer some relief. Another simple use is to mist your patio or deck with water. As the water evaporates, it cools the immediate outdoor area, which can make it more comfortable to sit outside in the evening. You can also strategically place bowls of ice water in front of fans. As the ice melts and evaporates, the air blown over it will feel cooler. These are not grand solutions, but they are inexpensive, immediate, and can take the edge off a particularly stuffy room. It's about being observant of the natural world and how it works, and then applying those principles in your own home in a small, sensible way. If you found these insights helpful, I encourage you to consider joining our community. We share even more practical tips, and I often answer questions directly in the comments and community tab. Simply subscribe to the channel to become part of our growing family of sensible homesteaders. These 9 methods, when combined, create a powerful defense against summer heat without the constant drain of air conditioning. They're not about buying expensive gadgets. They're about adopting smart habits and making small, thoughtful adjustments to your home and routine. The folks selling you the next big thing don't make money from you knowing these simple, time-tested truths. You can be the one who never overpays for comfort again. For those who want to ensure they're maximizing every cooling opportunity in their home, our comprehensive guide offers the full breakdown and deeper insights into each of these strategies. You can get it by opening the camera app on your phone and scanning the QR code that's still in the top right corner of your screen. It's designed to give you all the detail you need to transform your home into a cool, comfortable sanctuary, the sensible way. So, this week, focus on your window routine. This month, look at your exterior shading. And over the season, gradually implement these strategies. You'll be amazed at the difference. I'd love to hear from you. What are your tried and true methods for staying cool without AC? Share your own wisdom and family traditions in the comments below. And if you're curious about how to keep your home warm without cranking up the heat in the colder months, make sure to watch our video on natural heating solutions next. Until then, stay cool and keep living the sensible way.